You smell what the Rock is cooking.
WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
The Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey, oh yeah.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon.
It doesn't matter what your name is. Really? Yeah!
Hello and welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon here with you. We've got a preview and predictions certain to go wrong for Payback. Definitely looking forward to talking about that. We've got some other news and notes coming up over the course of the hour, including some weird stuff, as we always tend to do here, and some serious stuff as well, because, yeah, sometimes these serious things happen. But to include on some of the weird and otherwise entertaining things, we have with us back in studio for the first time in a couple of months, we have the man, the kid, the myth, the legend, something along those lines, none other than soon-to-be 9-year-old Alex joining us. Of course, for those of you who missed it, we'll get your mic up here in a sec. There we go. Nick Cataldi, go ahead, say hi to the folks.
Hi, peoples.
Peoples indeed, yes. Alex joined the program back in the beginning of April, I believe it was, just after having his first WWE experience at Monday Night Raw when it came to Philly. And we talked about his experience, and it's kind of been a recurring bit that he's been going head-to-head with me on the predictions for the WWE pay-per-views. And I needed to get a little bit of revenge as he had actually did better than I did for picking the WrestleMania matches, and then things evened out with Extreme Rules as picked out things a little bit better than you did. Just a little bit. I mean, neither of us had a great pay-per-view for Extreme Rules, but mine was slightly better. So this is kind of, I guess, the rubber match, as it were, in Payback, which is tomorrow night. And we'll go over all those matches coming up. We've also got some various news regarding the TNA Bound for Glory series. That's coming up. A Destination X-themed Impact coming in July. Also, Maddox getting a promotion in WWE. Not the one that you think, though. The Hall of Pain is going to reopen starting this Monday. And Booker T went under the knife. I'll tell you a little bit about that. And in a little bit of a somber story, not so much somber, but we'll say serious. We'll go with that. We finally had the cause of death revealed for Ric Flair's son, Reed, who passed away at the age of 25 a couple of months ago. So we'll get into all that, as well as some WWE news. Let's go ahead and kick things off. Let's go to the phones. We'll get Old School, who had called up here. We'll get him squared away once we get the line going here. Old School, you there?
Yeah.
All right, what's going on?
Not much. I just want to know what's going on with the Big Show.
The Big Show? He's been. I know he's been around for quite a bit. He's been out the last. He hasn't really been on TV much the last couple of months. I think he may have an injury going on, but I haven't heard a whole lot about it. He's off the pay-per-view coming up tomorrow. A lot of guys have been down recently for various injuries. I know Big Show actually did some appearances recently as far as some WWE charities and whatnot. That seems to be something that a lot of the guys are doing while they're on the mend. Rey Mysterio has been doing the same thing. So while healing up from injuries, they've been making appearances for charity events, and I know Big Show recently was at something not too far from WWE's headquarters up there in Connecticut.
Okay, well, what's going on with Ric Flair? Everybody passed away.
Well, I was going to get into the news and notes, but we'll shake it up here. We'll talk a little bit about it here. An autopsy report revealing that Reid Flair did die of an accidental overdose of heroin and other drugs. He passed away on March 29th in a Charlotte, North Carolina hotel room. According to the autopsy report, there were traces of clonazepam and alprazolam, which, if I can put on my pharmacy hat for a second, that's better known as the brand names Klonopin, which is a muscle relaxer and anti-anxiety medicine, as well as Xanax, which is another muscle relaxer and anti-anxiety medicine. So you can see how combining the two would have contributed to an overdose. But there were trace amounts of that, but also the heroin in his system it certainly made things a lot worse.
Okay, I appreciate that. So have a blessed day.
No problem. You do the same. Thanks so much for the call. And, following up on that, Reid had been arrested on heroin charges in the past. The TMZ story noting that Reid struggled with heroin in the past, according to several reports, overdosing 3 times in 2 years. So it was a struggle that he was definitely going with for quite some time, to say the least. Man. All right. Let's go ahead and backtrack things here a little bit to Payback. We'll get back to the phones coming up a little bit later. Also, some Facebook feedback. I finally got the chance to catch up a little bit on the Facebook fan page. I know I kind of disappeared for a little while, but got some things updated today. We'll talk about the Payback lineup coming up, and also we'll delve into Monday Night Raw, as things, a lot of the matches were set up for Payback this past Monday on Raw. And I actually, normally I don't get the chance to see things live, but this past Monday, thanks to a pre-scheduled day off from the full-time gig, I had the opportunity to check out Raw live this past Monday. And the first thing that jumps out of my mind is, man, it is a marathon. I was thinking, all right, we're getting close to the end here. We got the over. Oh, my gosh, it's only almost 10 o'clock. There's still another hour to go. What is going on? That was the first thing that jumped out at me. But some notable setups to different matches, and including members of the Shield defending their respective titles against members of what has pretty much become a 6-man group of RK Hell No, for lack of a better term. And we'll get into those matches coming up. But at the end of Raw, there was a face-to-face meeting between John Cena and Ryback. Of course, the main event match, the 3 stages of hell. And, the Lumberjacks were all outside the ring to make sure that things didn't come to blows too quickly. And we'll go ahead and, we'll let you know what happened with both of them. Of course, Cena coming out, going into the ring, and then Ryback coming out with the ambulance and deciding not to go face-to-face necessarily with Cena, as he opted to stay up on the staging area. And here's the audio clip from Raw once they started to make their entrances.
Face-to-face? Oh, you know what? I understand. Sometimes in the WWE, we use big words. Ryback, I know why you can't understand this. I'll explain it to you. Face to face means you waddle your ass down here, get in this ring, and face me.
Oh, yeah, Cena. Yeah, John, I'm scared to fight the big
No. You don't understand. You don't understand. Tonight, Vicky Guerrero set this whole thing up. She lined the entire ring with 30 WWE superstars with the sole purpose so we don't tear each other apart. But Vicky, Sunday it switches. You see, Sunday at Payback, in the first stage of hell, a lumberjack match. Once again, this ring will be lined with 30 WWE superstars, and their job is very different. Their job is to make sure you don't do what you're doing right now. Stand on that stage and be scared to come in here and face me.
That's real cute, John. I could tear through you. I could tear through all 30 of those lumberjacks. Hell, I could tear through every person in this audience if I wanted to. Trust me. You gotta trust me, John. I'm standing here for your benefit, not mine.
Oh, so this is one of those proud moments where you stand over there and send me a message. You've been doing that a lot lately, sending messages, putting people in that ambulance. putting people through tables, putting me through a table. You send me crashing through that stage. Very impressive and painful. So if your message to me, to the WWE Universe, has been that Ryback does damage, I get the message. But if your message is that you think for 1 second you deserve to be the WWE champion.
You're damn right I deserve to be the WWE champion. I should have been the WWE champion 3 times over. In my TLC match with CM Punk, my fingertips were on the championship, and then the lights went out. At Survivor Series, I had you beat in the middle of that ring, and then the Shield attacked me. At Hell in the Cell, I had the WWE Championship won.
Hell in a Cell, I gave you my spot for that match.
You're right. You're absolutely right, John. You gave me your spot. And that's when the problem started. The problem is, I got too good, too fast. Right, John? I became a threat. I became so popular that you immediately went to damage control, trying to protect what means most to you. And that's everything you've built for yourself in the last decade, John. Sure, when it suited you, you had my back. But when the going got tough, you left me high and dry.
You're a man. What did you expect me to do? Change your diaper? Wipe your nose? Hold your hand? Welcome to the WWE.
How original, John? How original?
No. Shut up. Shut up. I've been here a long time, and I never once have had a guardian angel watch my back, and neither has any man who has ever been good enough to carry this. Look at yourself, Ryback. Look at yourself. The most genetically gifted superstar in the WWE, but you spend all your time bitching and moaning about conspiracy theories and blaming everybody else but yourself for your own failures. Congratulations, you're really good at making excuses. You're going to do just fine on Sunday, because I'm walking into hell, but I'm walking out saying the champ is here.
You can say what you want, John, but my eyes are wide open now. I can see you. And you're full of crap, John. I know every move you're making. I know what you're thinking. And if you think for 1 second I'm going to back down from you this Sunday, you've lost your mind. The legend of John Cena doesn't grow anymore. It ends when I beat you in our lumberjack match. It ends when I put you through a table. It ends when I load your unathletic body in that ambulance. It ends when I finally become WWE champion. 8 months ago, John, you gave me your spot. This Sunday, 3 stages of hell, Ryback takes your spot.
You know what I think. You know what I think. You know what I think. Well, I think this Sunday, for one of us, Payback's a bitch.
Uh-oh. And Cena going to go after Ryback, and look at the lumberjacks.
Wait a minute.
It's supposed to be this Sunday, not now. Come on, guys, let him go. And again, the lumberjack. Here comes Ryback. Here comes Ryback making a beeline for Cena, trying to take advantage. And Ryback set out. And now Ryback going to be sent into the ring, much like on Sunday by the lumberjacks. And Cena and Ryback, and here we go. Lumberjacks out here to keep Ryback and Cena from tearing each other apart here tonight, but it's not working. Cena again.
Get him off me.
These lumberjacks trying to do what they can to separate these guys.
Yes. John Cena and Ryback going at it. And Alex, after hearing all that, what do you think going into Sunday? Do you think who do you think has the advantage after that little back and forth conversation between John Cena and Ryback?
John Cena, and his popcorn's awesome.
Yes, as we were listening to the clip, our producer Nick Cataldi offered some popcorn to Alex, and emphasis on some. And next thing you know, about a minute later, he asks, "Can I have the whole bag?" So Nick, cracking up, he hands the bag over.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's not usually good to eat while you're on the radio, though. That's kind of kind of a bit of etiquette. So I think what we'll do is we'll take care of some business, let Alex finish the popcorn here. We'll come back. We'll talk predictions certain to go wrong. We've got Ron on the line. We're going to talk with him. There's still some Facebook feedback. And tomorrow is Father's Day, and I want to get into a little bit also what kind of influence, if any, your father had on you as far as being a wrestling fan, as far as following wrestling. I know my dad was very instrumental in me becoming a wrestling fan. My earliest memories, I probably had to have been about Alex's age, was going to somebody's house in Philadelphia. I don't even remember who, but I just remember Hulk Hogan was on the screen. I think it might have been one of the SummerSlams, possibly SummerSlam 89, I think, where it was Hogan and Beefcake against Randy Savage and Zeus, if my memory serves me right. Yeah, it got a woof from Nick Cataldi just reacting to, that was going back, gosh, more years ago than I want to count. 24 years ago now? My goodness, something like that. But yeah, from there, when things finally clicked a few years later in 93, Dad was there to take me to the different house shows, taking me to pay-per-views when they came in, taking me to the, in hindsight, god-awful 95 King of the Ring, the last pay-per-view to emanate from the Spectrum before they moved over to the Core State Center, and just going from there. So I want to know, in honor of tomorrow being Father's Day, what influence your dad had on you, if any, and I don't know, with this being Father's Day weekend today, June 15th, not to get so much into wrestling history, but it's a significant day for me, as on this day 5 years ago was my first paid shift here at WBCB, taking over for Mild Matt Keener in the overnights. So I don't know, just little factoids, tidbits. I love throwing those things out there. I like numbers. I'm a stats guy. Not that there are a whole lot of statistics in wrestling apart from 21-0, the Undertaker's undefeated streak. But before I get off on too much of a tangent, let's go ahead and take care of some business. We'll come back. We've got Alex, who will finish the popcorn and start talking a little payback. And we've got Ron on the line. We've got Facebook feedback, a ton of stuff still to do here on Pro Wrestling Weekly, here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.